Morning. My name is Rebecca Deakin, and I'm coming from the district office just down the road in Alameda on Coast Guard Island. So I just wanted to establish our baseline, the current requirements. We have requirements for vessels that have come outside of the EEZ and reporting requirements for ballast water management to include number of ballast tanks, the volume of ballast water on board, and then also best practices, avoiding ballasting in shallow areas or protected areas or during nighttime. Go to the next slide. So the next step, the new final rule, major elements. Specifically, we want to look at the dates. March 23rd, 2012, the Federal Register came out, and then the new rule will become effective at the end of June 2012. This new rule aligns our U.S. ballast water management standard with international convention. And this is important because it improves consistency and communication between us and other flag states and other countries. Additionally, type approval for equipment on board these vessels and expansion of applicability. So vessels within the EEZ that operate between, let's say, San Francisco Bay, but then go down to LA or LB or even San Diego, because those are different captive port zones. And lastly, phase and schedule, and we can go to the next slide. So our phase and schedule, we want to be realistic. So we have compliance for new ships that are built after December 1st, 2013. They must meet these new requirements. But then for existing ships, we have the phase and schedule depending on their ballast water capacity and then their scheduled dry dock date. Next slide. So another major element of the new rule is the type approval. And specifically, this type approval aligns, again, our U.S. standards with the international standard. It incorporates the Environmental Technology Verification Program and testing by independent laboratories. And we want to be realistic. So we have alternative management systems. In reality, hundreds, if not thousands of ships will have IMO-approved equipment on board, but those aren't necessarily U.S. approved at this point. So we have a 5-year grandfather period while those IMO international type approved equipment may become U.S. approved, or the owner of a vessel may choose to go to a U.S. type approved equipment on board. Next slide. And again, in the concept of reality and being practical, we want to go back and review the implementation of this new rule. So we're going to publish those results in January of 2016, and we're going to be considering the capability and the effectiveness, compatibility, safety, and new technology, availability of new measurement methods. And compliance and enforcement. Now this is not going to change. The way the Coast Guard does our inspections is going to remain consistent. We have our port state control inspections for the foreign flag vessels that come into U.S. waters, and then we have our domestic inspection program for U.S. flag vessels. And we're going to follow our existing compliance like we've been doing. We do document check, verify crew knowledge, check the condition of the equipment on board, and sample discharge if warranted. And those sampling and analysis methods are, as always in development. And I just wanted to give these 3 points of context. They're more subject matter experts in the science and technology aspect of this new rule, and specifically Mr. Everett at headquarters, and his contact information is listed there as well. So just wanted to give a brief overview and continue our conversation here today, and I'll be here for the rest of the day this morning for the 2 panels and whatnot, so please feel free to ask me any questions or come talk to me afterwards. Thank you.